What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're jumping into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time we will be revisiting Frostbite, which is the Northmund stage on Riftlord. So, that said, these guys have an affinity for ice. They are weak against fire damage, so we're going to be stacking the fire on pretty heavy. Might want to actually just ditch the grinders this time, and might not be a bad idea just to spam Spitfires instead. You could use spike walls, and I have no idea what that is outside. It sounds nuts though. We are going to drop bear hugs just because we're not going to be staying too close to everything. And we're going to pick up Practice's Witchcraft again. Because I'm playing Smolder, I'm going to grab the Mage's Clover because I need to keep the speed up. And we're going to bring the Firewall Bracers in addition to the already ridiculous fire damage that Smolder has. Her mana is somewhat high, so we should be able to make use of that in addition to spreading the fire damage around to just about everything. So let's jump into this and see how we're going to trap it up.
I'll show you all how it's done.
Alright, so we have the Fireborn in full effect here.
Perfection.
Well, not quite full yet. That'll require level 10, in which case we will literally always be on fire. But for now, we are going to run out here, add that,
Like making
a couple of these, that there, bit of Naptha,
like making a campfire.
and then flip everybody back onto those all over again. That'll be how we start. The 4 barricades that I set up at the beginning will make sure that anything spawning within that U-bend here where the forge is won't really be able to freely escape. So that will be pretty good. Alright. And then we get Smolder's lovely AoE abilities too, which pretty much no other character possesses quite as good an amount of. Zoe does have some solid AoE attacks, and the cooldown on that is pretty low, but in addition to that, not much else. Plus, Smolder has the added ability to set everybody on fire repeatedly, which is wonderful. I'm gonna move that back just a bit farther. Alright, there we go. Oh, put that a little bit too close, but that's fine. Alright. Now these aren't going to be super great until a bit later, but they will work really well for now. Of course, the Naptha is going to work a little bit better when you're actually there dealing your fire damage with Smolder. Okay, all used is that. Neither of these are pretty much. Alright, let's go ahead. Start burning it up. Coming inside here means that you will not have to worry about making sure that you space your barricades properly. So I like setting those up. Alright, we're going to do that. And then you got to be really careful when dealing with characters like Hogarth and Bianca. Probably the 2 worst possible spawns that I could get here due to the high damage that Bianca deals and the massive amount of life that both Hogarth and Bianca possess. Gonna take the bonus health here. The additional mana, or I'm sorry, the mana reduction on Dragon's Breath isn't super important to me. I don't spam it a lot. And that's just a playstyle thing. It's a really good move, especially when you have a lot of enemies grouped up. But it's going to be one of the welcome changes when mercenaries show up, just because with a lower variety of enemies, the amount of variance in the game will be a little bit less, and they're streamlined so that if the devs decide to radically rebalance something, it won't, or rebalance something with the hero specifically, it won't be as big a deal. Let's actually do that first. Add that and that, and then...
This will hurt.
Broken through the gate.
Alright.
Unstable rift is opening.
That's a little off, but not too bad. Alright, so if that worked out okay, most of these guys are dead. All of them are now, so we're great. I would highly recommend that if you're playing Smolder, just set everybody on fire. It's a good idea. Alright, should be able to catch them.
Unstable rift was not destroyed. Enemy minions incoming.
Alright, now, I rarely actually have that open, so I'm not sure what's coming out. As long as they're not explosive, I really don't care. They may be...
Don't worry.
looks like they're just regular soldiers. Doesn't look like anything super crazy, though. So in this case, I'm just going to take out whatever is up front.
Clearly, I am amazing.
Right.
I will destroy.
Stack as much fire as I can here, and then burn them down. Alright. So, all that finished off. We are going to add spike walls here with a Naptha sprayer. And
Don't worry. This should stop them. Like making a
a
campfire.
whole lot
This will hurt.
of Spitfires. Now we've placed enough traps on the right side that we really don't have to worry about whatever is coming through there. Eventually the fire traps will start to expire and we'll have to think about it, but by then I think we will largely be okay.
There.
Alright, I think that should be more than enough for now, and then the rest of the coin I'm going to save to put at the lower right hand gate. Lower left hand gate's a little bit too early to trap for right now. But because I have all of the speed that I built up by selecting the passives for Smolder, we are going to go ahead and start building this area now. Actually, if I would have moved that back half a space, I could actually put these right there, but that's fine.
I like it.
Let's actually get these set up now.
No one can possibly stand against me now.
Okay. I'll put these at the end. Another one of those in, and then we're going to race back. Most of the stuff that actually tried to get through here died, so that's really nice. Just speeding up the grab of that and the coin. And that's a horrible idea if you're trying to 5-star this, by the way. Pickups, don't make that big a deal unless you're literally almost out of mana and have no other way to restore it. That said, while those enemies are going to take a bit of time to actually get around there, I'm going to come over here and start trapping this area up.
Perfection. I can't do that.
Can't do that there, but I can do this.
This should stop them.
Alright, now Hogarth's over there, so we're going to need to get back there as soon as possible. We have our Clover back. Going to drop our Lion Guardian there. Then we're going to take Spontaneous Combustion. We were nice enough to get a mana pickup there, but we really didn't need it. This was really all you needed to deal with over on this side of the map. I'm going to drop the Weaponwright Guardian, and these guys will eventually be coming here in a few seconds, so we're going to race over to them and blow them up too. Now we have, we're starting about 8 minutes and we're starting our 8th wave. That's really solid time if you're trying to pace yourself. And we're going to get back over here and make this area just a tad bit more deadly than
Another surprise.
we did before.
Watch out! An unstable rift is opening.
Okay, so we're going to place that there. Pretty much only the firecracker or a couple of other traps will really even make it in there well. But that's fine. With this spawning over here, we are actually in a perfect place to take it out.
Destroy the unstable rift.
And because there's nothing else that's going to be spawning there immediately, we're just going to rush out and see what we can do about taking care of these guys. Let your traps do what they can if you happen to get a few enemies that loom forward. Alright, not worried about them at all. As soon as we kill this guy, I think the wave's over, so yep. So now, we should never really be turning off Heart of Flame after level 10. It's always a good idea to leave that on. We have a lot of things that are going to be coming through here now. Our Spitfires are basically going to be roasting everything. If you're at all worried, just run in, set everybody on fire, push E, and watch the damage happen. Now this area is a bit more important to take out solo, so I don't use a Guardian here. If you are a little bit weaker, place a couple of barricades there and set some more traps around the corner. That will help you out significantly. This area back here has a chance of getting something small through, and of course this is a Pride Hunter, so he's really just wasting my time. Doesn't cost any rift points, but may wind up trying to damage you or eating aggro from any guardians that you place in their general vicinity. Alright, and because I am way over leveled and have pretty high level traps, I'm saving a lot of coin right now, which is why my coin is as high as it is. Alright. And there is that really ridiculous fire damage. One of the best things about Smolder is just the fact that enemies that are tightly packed together are pretty much toast if you manage to get a really good incinerate on them. It looks like a few things are starting to get through here. Wanted to make sure that they were on fire. Alright, what else is through? Oh, most of that is dead. All of it, actually. Alright, that's really nice.
You underestimate my control of the flame.
Alright. Looks like we really need to take these guys out quickly. The fact that they're still alive is actually wasting a lot of my time. Okay, we're in. We have less than 2 minutes and we have 2 waves. Alright, I'm going to try to not worry about these at all and deal with what comes out of here. Alright, these guys are toast. Alright, next thing to do is going to be to make sure that this side is completely taken care of. Alright, Pride Hunters I don't really care about. These guys have to die though. And luckily that wave is already started. So now pick a gate, camp it. You need to make sure these guys are absolutely super dead. Alright, this wave looks like it is toast. Looks like most of the enemies that we're going to wind up dealing with. Oh jeez. Okay, so they're really trying to waste my time. With this unstable rift here. Okay, these guys are mostly toast. Alright, and we have about just a few seconds. That was really close. Alright, 9 seconds to go. We'll just kill him. We got it. That was probably right on the nose as far as par too. Three seconds beneath it. Okay, not bad. Probably could have been done a bit better if I had taken some traps that you could spam in the beginning and then place the fire behind it. Traps that I didn't make a lot of good use there are probably things like the spike walls. And spike walls really aren't the best at dealing with the type of minions that I was fighting there. I probably would have been better off with Spitfires on the left side and what else? Grinders on the right regarding this particular pathway. I could have made sure that I never had to get through anything over here if I would have Spitfired here and then Grinded here. And maybe when I decide to go through this again with, say, a melee hero or just any other character, I'll give that a shot and see how good that is at keeping things off of me. Either way, let me know what you guys think about this particular run. If you have any issues with it, has this stage been a particularly big challenge for you? What characters have you had trouble with it on? And, you know, maybe I'll give you some feedback and see what else we might be able to do to improve it. I am not sure if this is going to have a significant change post-release because the game launches in about 3 days for commercial release, and they are supposed to be loosening up some par times. Not sure about how much, but either way, I hope this video helped you guys. I sincerely appreciate you for watching, and until next time, have a good one, folks.